141.
Arlanda traffic radar 3909 is still action down, so it's right. Traffic Scandinavian 1044, taxiing out runway, yes, holding point runway 08.
I'm back, no issues.
Okay.
Arlanda traffic radar 3909 here, lining up down here or 291.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Phil But Flies. Welcome to Scandinavian Flight 1042 from Stockholm Arlanda up to Kiruna in the north of Sweden, which is part of a newly released triple pack by Markus Nyborg, who made this fantastic Arlanda airport. Also did Gothenburg, also did Stockholm, Bromma. Thank you. Hello. 5 Zulu Yankee, thank you very much indeed. First time viewer, I think. First time chat. Lovely to have you here. And also Nikki, lovely to see you back. Welcome one and all. We are, of course, flying the Scandinavian A320 CO Fenix Block 2. So this will be my first stream with it. And I'm very excited to show it off. It's lovely.
Lining up runway 08 on our traffic.
Sure thing.
Hello, Treaty, and good morning. Thank you for the tier 1 sub. Good. Been lurking for a while. Enjoy the streams. Good, I'm glad. Scott, good morning. Where should you park when you arrive, Charles? Well, it's all pretty free. I'm on 14. I don't think there are many people around. Voitex here somewhere, but I don't know where. So basically anywhere on the pier that has 14 on it, I would say.
Yes, you can stop.
Thanks.
Good morning as well. Who was that? I didn't even hear who it was. Simon, good morning. How are you? Nice to see you.
Traffic Scandinavian 62 Yankee, stand 8, push and start.
So we're going to start by loading up with some fuel and payload. Now, one of the things that has happened as a result with this Block 2 update is that you can load with GSX. So we're going to do that. And it starts with fueling and then it will load passengers as well. Is it just me or did all of my weights just change?
139 just subscribed.
Maybe not.
See, you have chosen the correct beautiful SAS livery.
Indeed, the OG. Well, I don't know if it's OG, but the old one. Thank you, Twells, very much for the tier 1 resub. Scott, I'm very well. A lot perkier than I thought I might be. I was out last night till about midnight, which is why I set the stream start a little bit later than usual. Went to see a Cuban jazz sextet in the local club. And it was really good. They were really good. Very uplifting music. And the lead guy sang and sort of led it, but he also played the violin. And I'd never seen a violin played in Cuban music, and it was impressive. How's everyone else doing? I asked Simon, I didn't really ask anyone else. Are you well, Scott? Are you well, Wojtek? Sam, Wojtek push and start well, Phil, but still loading. yeah. I'm hopeful that means that when he gets there, he'll be able to disconnect and leave the stand free for me. I assume that's why he's doing it, you know what I mean? And Twirls, how are you? I guess I spoke to you yesterday, so I sort of have a vague idea at least of how you are. But are you as well as you were yesterday? Or are you even better, perhaps? So, as well as this POG updated plane, which is essentially a whole new plane, particularly this IAE variant, we have FS2 crew, which I didn't used to use with the Phoenix, but just before Block 2 released, I gave it another go, and I found I actually really liked it. So, we're using FS2 crew, and the one and only Tazzy Dum has recorded a first officer
approaching from the north.
voice pack.
01 left inbound Tippy Arlanda.
Is that Trolls? Or is that just someone who sounds like Trolls? No, it probably is Trolls. Flight init data request. Of course, that's exactly why I'm doing it. It's not because I don't want to wait 30 minutes or have extra time for a GO. What's a GO? Oh, GA. Go around. Roger. It was you. Good. Right, so we're gonna continue setting up. We're going to load up our flight plan from the Atsu AOC menu, and we're going to do the same now in here in the FMGC. So init request, and that sound is the sound of the fuelers doing their work, which is something I never used to bother with, but now it's all integrated and I literally don't have to think about it or time when I add the fuel quantity or anything like that. I like it. It adds to my immersion quite a lot. What I don't bother with is the catering, because I had a little bit of an immersion killing experience with that, as some of you will know. Yesterday, I think it was the first flight I did yesterday. They sent some weird little van which couldn't reach up to the aircraft, and I didn't know what it was about. Anyway, what does loading the flight plan in the AOC menu actually do? I never bother.
Traffic,
My understand. I'll wait till you
calling
finish talking.
Scandinavian 47 Charlie, we will vector ourselves behind you for 01 left, Arlanda.
I think what it does is it starts the process going whereby the load sheet arrives and all this sort of thing happens. I've never tried flying without it, so I could be wrong. Could be that this is all linked to the EFB and it has no effect whatsoever. I don't know.
Thank you.
So we are cruising today at standby flight level 360. IRSs are already aligned. We're going to import our wind. And we are going to go back to our flight plan page now and choose a departure. They're still departing runway 8, I believe. So we've got all this planned in. Runway 8, and we're going to be doing the Resna 3 Lima departure. We're not in any desperate rush, so we may as well set up for the arrival as well into Kiruna. And for that, we are looking at a Turpa 1 Romeo. No, we're not. A Vagas 2 Romeo for the RNP 03. RNAV 03, there we go. Vagas 2 Romeo. Beautiful. NQ703, that is the correct transition onto the approach. Lovely! We'll go on to our init B page and we'll initialize, we'll put in our weights based on this preliminary load sheet here. Click P on pedestal radio so we can hear cabin comms. I thought I had.
Arlanda, traffic Scandinavian 62 Yankee, pushback from
but there haven't been any yet, I don't
November
think.
And
oh, thank you all for contributing to that hype train. That's very nice of you. Very nice of you. That little van wasn't the catering for the aircraft, it was the sandwich van for the ground crew.
Following the company standard routing to runway 08 Arlanda.
Right, so zero fuel weight, 54.4.
Runway 26 Arlanda.
And the zero fuel weight centre of gravity. It is this one, isn't it? It's this one. It's this one that we need to turn on to hear the announcements. I would have, maybe because passengers haven't started boarding, we haven't heard anything yet. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what you need on. Yeah, thank you. Anyway, zero fuel weight centre of gravity is 29, and block fuel is 7.1 tons. Boom. We can get going with some performance figures, bearing in mind the fact that there is a chance we may have to change them when the final load sheet arrives, but you know, may as well. We want to use flaps 1 plus F. Going to have a quick look at the weather. What's the temperature? 3 degrees and it's very cloudy, so we will need engine anti-ice on for takeoff. We'll do a PAX on takeoff. We'll sync the live weather and we'll calculate some speeds. So 1 up 0.3. You can, of course, if you want to, these days, send all of this data to the MCDU. But that's very unrealistic, so I'm not going to ruin your immersion for the sake of simplicity. So 1 up 0.3. Tassie! Hello, boss. Thank you very much for the resub, much appreciated.
Tassium_ just subscribed.
Scandinavian 62 Yankee is departing the Resna 3 Lima. Alright, Roger, we'll delay our takeoff by 2 minutes.
So 1 up 0.3, flex takeoff temperature is 52. Not up 3, up 0.3. Takeoff temperature 52. Speeds are 134, 135, 135.
47 Charlie, turning final, runway set 1 departure 10 miles out, Arlanda.
And we're going to change our transition altitude to 5001, just in case we find ourselves climbing to 5,000 feet and the plane gets confused. There we are, you can hear the announcements, which is cool. I have true to end, yes. What else do we need? We need to know the thrust reduction and acceleration altitudes.
And, Arlanda traffic, Scandinavian 036, lining up and waiting runway 08.
I like the fact that that Unicom is the default frequency, but it doesn't half get a little bit tiring having to listen to all this chit-chat when all you're doing is setting up plane, trying to entertain the people. But hey-ho, we shall leave it for now. 1140/1140, so it's an NADP2 departure. And the engine out acceleration altitude is 1,700 feet for all runways.
Scandinavian 62 Yankee, Resna 3D, I think it was, and passing 1,400 feet.
Good. So that is that set. We're going to set our cruising altitude of flight level 360. We haven't got any ATC online for the moment, but Sweden Control, is it Polaris? I can't remember what they call themselves. ESOS North is on. No, Sweden Control. Norway is Polaris, isn't it? So we probably will speak to them later on. Really, Wojtek? Is it Scandinavian? Blah blah blah. I think it was the Resna something. Passing 1,000 feet. Is that really immersion, boss? Is it? They call themselves Sweden Control like proper noobs. Yeah, it doesn't sound as cool as Polaris in Norway. It doesn't. Right, and the next thing we need to do is
Hi
brief.
guys, here is the load sheet for you.
Thanks.
Is brief Tassie on what's going on. So the weather is marginal. I don't know why you have to choose between good and marginal with flying IFR after all, but anyway, we do. We're doing a Config 1+F takeoff, and I'll pop in my V speeds. This is all happening within the FS2 crew interface, because for some reason it can't read from the sim at the present time.
Arlanda traffic, Sudline 23 Delta vacated.
And the only other thing we need is the center of gravity.
Arlanda traffic, Scandinavian 47 Charlie, 4 miles final, runway 01 left, Arlanda.
Arlanda traffic, Scandinavian 036.
We could maybe even go and watch Twelves land.
I'm doing good.
How are you?
Arlanda traffic, Scandinavian 2026, lining up runway 08 to Arlanda.
27.2 is the takeoff center of gravity. So we'll run the brief.
Are you ready for the departure brief?
Go ahead.
Okay, the latest weather show
That doesn't need a brief.
We'll plan to push and start for a 2-engine taxi. There are no hotspots along our taxi route. It will be a left.
What's illegal? Calling themselves Sweden
We'll
Control.
plan on a normal thrust takeoff. Prior to E1, for any master warning, engine fire or failure that will prevent...
Alex, welcome, boss, welcome.
We'll abort and stop on the runway. After E1, we'll take flying and deal with it in the air and plan to come back. Our top threat will be terrain. Any questions?
No questions.
Okay, that completes the brief.
Our top threat won't be terrain, that's not strictly true. But I didn't change it from yesterday where there was a lot of terrain because I was taking off from Innsbruck. How's everyone else finding Fenix Block 2? Are you enjoying it? Are you impressed with the update? Personally, I very much am, and I can't quite believe they didn't charge for it. Yeah, over the moon. When you think what FS Labs used to charge for a single variant of a plane, it's quite remarkable. Trolls is on short final, I'm sure he'll get back to you once he lands. Very good, just can't land it with any sort of realism. Well, hopefully, Scott, from watching me, you'll pick up some of my innate talents in landing this new A320. Oh, look at that. Left a bit, boss. Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me, it looked so good, and then, you know, at the end of the day though, the centre line is only there to stop your wheels going on the grass. And his wheels didn't go on the grass, therefore it did its job. If you could keep going forward though, boss, that would be much, much more immersive. As an FS Labs veteran, how do you compare the Fenix versus FS Labs now? I think the Fenix is much better. I think it was much better in Block 1. And I don't know if that's just because I've become an MSFS simp and the whenever I went back to the FS Labs in P3D, it just looked really old and clunky. But there was a lot wrong with it. The cockpit geometry was wrong, the coloration was wrong. To fly it felt good, but I don't think the flight model in P3D was a patch on what we have in MSFS. It felt very much like flying on rails, and that wasn't necessarily FS Labs' fault. But yeah, from launch day, this has been the only A320 I've wanted to fly, to be honest. Had a bit of lag, yes, boss. Yeah. Did the lag force your plane to veer off to the right and the left though? Don't know. Or was that more user error? I don't know. I'm just asking questions, not pointing fingers. You know. Do you like your planes malware free? Yes. Less malware, less expensive. Yeah, I just think this is a brilliant plane. Right, should we do our cockpit preparation checklist while the final few bags are loaded?
Cockpit preparation checklist.
Gear pins and covers.
Removed.
Fuel quantity.
7108 kilograms.
Seatbelts.
On.
Oh,
Are you sure about that?
no, I'm not. Sorry,
It is.
Tessie. I forgot to turn them on after fueling.
Nav.
Barrel ref.
1018 set.
1018 set. Cockpit preparation checklist completed.
Really? FS Labs is massacred. Well, there you are. Good. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you agree with me, Scott. Because it would have been awful for both of us if you hadn't. And Reese Call ICAO says you're not supposed to use country names. That's why Norway changed to Polaris. Oh right. But why? What's the thinking behind that? Do you know? Seems like it would be quite logical to use country names. So we were supposed to depart at 11:45. That's 10:45 Zulu. We're not quite ready, but that's absolutely fine because IRL this flight departed 10 minutes late anyway, as flights often do. It's a bit of what we call on the railway pathing time built in. I don't know what it's called in aviation actually, but we'll hopefully depart a little late and still arrive on time. Is stand 18 free? 14. If it's on this pier, then yes, because there's no one else here. I assume it's one of... Oh, hello. There he goes. Not anymore, boss. So yeah, just waiting for the final few bags. Can I turn the Fenix app up at all? Because the announcements are a bit quiet. But I've got a hunch it's already going to be at full volume. Oh, I don't even see it in ear trumpet. That's weird. Oh well, it is what it is, I guess. Stockholm control, Malmo control, etc. Yeah, I guess, yeah. It's called Fenix GQL. Thank you. But I just don't see anything. And ear trumpet doesn't have it at all. And I thought ear trumpet had everything that made sound. Oh, hang on, it's probably one of... Yeah, no, it's one of those ones that doesn't have an icon. It is there. Fenix GQL Gateway. Yeah, so that's already at 100%, and my sim's turned down, so there's not a lot I can do about that, I don't think. Yeah, but I still don't understand what the problem is with calling it after the country. Your scheduling in Railroader is so bad I forgot an entire train full of passengers in a siding overnight. You playing quite a lot of Railroader at the moment, boss. Okay, so boarding is... Telephone out... Yeah, okay, so while he witters on, we can get ready for push and start. Seatbelt signs are on. We can turn the beacon on. And that should get GSX to...
Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed and brakes set.
Call the pushback. It's good, isn't it? It's really good. Thank you. Yeah, I think I had thought of that at exactly the same time. But I find it weird that you turn that up here and it makes it louder than it is in the cabin where there are actual speakers. But anyway. That's fine, isn't it? I'm feeling pretty immersed, RN. Hey, let's run the before start checklist.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Cabin crew, close doors and arm slides. Before start checklist.
Parking brake.
Hey guys, so all parks are on board. Are we clear to close?
Yes.
Yes, that's why I
Thanks.
just asked you
You
to
know,
close the
yeah,
doors,
thank-
isn't it?
Set.
Takeoff speeds and thrust.
V1 134 VR 135 V2 135
V1 134 VR 135 V2 135 Windows.
closed.
Are you sure about that?
Why is the door open again, though? Who's opening the door? Right, so I have an issue with two things controlling the jetways, and I thought I'd solved it, but I haven't. I haven't. So, what do we do here? Controls? No. No, see, I've got auto door simulation and auto jetway simulation turned off. So, what is causing the jetway to connect? It's not FS2 crew because it's off on there.
Release parking
No, I'm not
brakes.
going to release parking brakes just yet. We're going to close the door and finish the checklist first. But still, we're getting there. Thank you. And, oh, it's closed again. It's closed again. But the jetway's there.
Release parking
I'm really
brakes.
confused. Anyway. Don't know. Don't know.
On.
Before start checklist completed.
Release parking brakes.
Right, so we're going to push back from stand 1-4. And I've actually got Navigraph set up in here, unusually, with the parking stands and
Release
departure
parking
routes. So
brakes.
thank you, Alex. I appreciate you, doing your job. Makes a nice. No, we won't be mean. So we're going to go this way, out of taxiways, as you
Release
say,
parking
clockwise to
brakes.
X-ray 2. But for now, we're going to tell them what we're doing, which is pushing back from stand 1-4 onto Zulu Kilo, I think. Arlanda traffic, Scandinavian
Release parking brakes.
1042, pushing back from stand 1-4 onto Zulu Kilo.
Commencing push. Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed.
Nah, I'm not
and
going to do
brake
that.
set.
Am I going to do that? Nah,
Starting engine 2.
Okay.
I'm not. Because they say due to icing conditions, but it's 3 degrees. The ground's clear, it's not slippery, it's well treated, so I'm going to do the immersive thing rather than what Umberto thinks I ought to do. Because Umberto, if you start going to Umberto for immersion tips, you're not going to get very far in life. Definitely do not want a door open in traffic. No, this is true. I don't know if the sim is loud enough. I might turn it up so you can hear the POG IE starting sounds.
Sikkerhedsudstyret ombord og beder dig derfor om at tage høretelefonen af og lytte opmærksomt. We will now perform a safety demonstration. Please remove your headsets and pay close attention. You will find a song.
Are you feeling immersed, RN? So Sam, have you not flown this? I know you're not that into modern Airbuses, I get that. But this plane is just brilliant. It really is. Good, I'm pleased, Scott, I'm pleased. That was my aim. That is my aim with this particular stream.
Hold the vest over your head and pass the strap around your waist. Fasten the buckle and tighten the strap. When leaving through the exit, inflate the vest by pulling the tab. The inflation can be adjusted by using the mouthpiece.
Is engine 2 stable?
The
Yeah.
emergency
Starting
exits are
engine
located
1.
in the aft,
Okay.
over the wings and in the forward part. They are all marked with illuminated signs. Using the aft,
Set parking
You
brakes.
can hear the PTU.
reduced exit as it may be located behind you. You are welcome to use electronic devices as long as flight mode is activated during the entire flight. If you are charging electronic equipment, be sure to monitor your device during charging. Contact a crew member if your device is hot or produces smoke. Smoking and the use of electronic cigarettes is not allowed on SAS flights, including lavatories. The crew is on board for your safety. We expect you to follow our instructions during the flight.
Unlocking gear.
Vi vil gerne gentage nogle af de sikkerhedsoplysninger, som er beskrevet.
It's a good sound, but it is quieter than it was yesterday when I did the same thing, so I don't know why that is. I'm not convinced this has followed the real life procedure, but maybe it has. I don't know why it wouldn't push us back to face the other way.
Bypass pin removed.
Redningsvesten ligger under stolen.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Bagerst over vingerne.
You're 99% you know the guy doing the announcement, really?
Lyste skilte. Lys i midtergangen.
It's an IRL Scandinavian cabin crew person, as I understand it.
Du må gerne benytte elektronisk udstyr.
Simon
Who's
Goes
that?
just subscribed. Good morning.
Good morning! Good morning! Thank you very, very much for the resub, Simon. How are you? 17-month streak as well. What a legend. Thank you. Attention on deck, EUREGIO CEO on the bridge. Ah, then you probably do know him, yeah.
Vi ønsker dig en behagelig rejse.
Unless you knew that anyway. Right, good. So we have two good engine starts. Engine mode select can go back to normal. We'll turn off the APU bleed and the APU. And we'll turn on engine anti-ice on engines 1 and 2. We'll wait for Tassie to finish messing about, doing whatever he's doing, and then we'll have the checklist and get going.
After start checklist.
Anti-ice.
On.
Ecam status.
Checked.
Pitch trim.
Oh, let's have a quick look at the pitch trim, actually, because sometimes Tassie gets that wrong. 0.3 up. I think that's correct, actually, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
27% set.
Rudder trim.
Neutral.
After the start checklist complete.
Flight control check.
Ready. Full up.
Golsha, welcome. How are you?
Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral.
Rudder.
Full left. Full
But
right.
you know, it says something for FS2 crew that this always feels very, very familiar, and is pretty much exactly what we used to do with sorry, in fairness to FS Labs, this is pretty much exactly what we did with their aircraft as well. So, you know. Pass your PPL skills test, amazing, congratulations. Ah, you must be over the moon. Where are you, where did you do it?
Clear left side.
Clear right side.
Why does it keep giving you flaps 3 takeoff? I don't think so. I think it's probably down to airline SOPs. But my understanding is that pretty much everyone uses flaps 1 plus F when able. I think I heard EasyJet use flaps 2, but I think flaps 3 is a rarity. So I always tell it I want to use flaps 1 plus F, rightly or wrongly.
Brake check.
Pressure 0.
Right. So we are going to do our taxi. And I did say what we were going to do, but I can't remember. Zulu Lima, Zulu Kilo, Zulu Lima, and then X-ray. Arlanda traffic, Scandinavian 1042, taxiing to runway 8 via Zulu Kilo, Zulu Lima, X-ray, X-ray 2. At Sandhoft, where's that? Went out and had a few pints yesterday. I bet you did. I went for a beer with my examiner after I passed mine. He was like, right, you've passed. Do you want to do the debrief here, or do you want to go round to the cafe and have a beer? I said, yeah, let's do that. Oh, sorry, who were you replying to, Paul, about me only recently starting on YouTube? It's true, but I can't see the original comment you were replying to. And this is not the way. This is not the way to grow my YouTube audience. Cal! Sorry, I totally missed your message. Welcome. US West Coast, been a while since you last uploaded. It is. As Paul rightly says, I streamed exclusively on Twitch for a long while because my audience was just a lot bigger on Twitch, basically. And then they stopped saying that you could only stream with them. So I thought, well, I've got absolutely nothing to lose by multi-streaming to YouTube as well. Ooh, bit bumpy, hold on to your seats.
Taxi checklist.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Checked. Flap setting.
Checked.
Config 1 plus F.
Config 1 plus F. Radar and predictive windshield system.
On and auto.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
Not too far from
Okay,
Doncaster, okay.
Takeoff
Penistone to
mode.
Mansfield,
Taxi
nice.
checklist complete.
7 miles away from Scunthorpe, right, okay. Cool. Congratulations. So what are you doing? What's next for you? Sorry, I've stopped here because I've suddenly lost a little sense of where I am.
67, we are to Pushback, taxi departure on wintery.
Yeah, so we're going next right and then around the corner. I knew that.
Scandinavian 1042, switching back from stand 18.
Oh, that was a quick turnaround, boss.
Cabin crew, take your seats.
Takeoff runway confirmed. Approach path clear of traffic.
I got a little bit ahead of myself there. Sorry, that's not Taz's fault. It sounds like
Cabin
it's
crew
Taz's
be
fault, but it's
seated
not.
for takeoff.
Next is fly me and my wife places. Great. Do you know where you're going to go on your first land away? Have you got plans? Yeah, I think I know where I'm going now. Isn't this lighting beautiful? So I've installed a couple of new add-ons. I'm using Rex AccuSeason Super Duper Advanced Edition, or whatever they're calling it, which has changed the ground colours a little bit and the tree colours a little bit. And I've also adjusted the sky colours using the some APCD, don't know, something like that mod. Which is awesome. So yeah, the sim's looking better than it has, I think.
Line up checklist.
Takeoff runway.
Checked.
Checked. TCAS.
TA alright.
X1 and 2.
On.
Line up checklist complete.
I don't really understand the question, Wojtek. Do you mean can you use voice control? Yes. So it's your voice, you mean? Yes. But I don't think you can just do it on your own as pilot flying, if that's what you mean. First is to get her up in the plane, make sure she's happy, so I'll probably take her to Leicester Airfield first, then the plan is in May. Let's look at flying to the Isles of Scilly. Oh, awesome! That's a lovely plan. Arlanda traffic Scandinavian 1024 via X-ray 2, line up and take off runway 08, Resna to Lima departure. Let's go. Oh, 20th wedding anniversary, nice. That's a lovely idea. Isles of Scilly is not a bad shout, actually. Do you have a plane? Are you hiring from the school you learnt with, or are you joining a club, or where's your aircraft coming from? Oh, thanks, Trujuan. I'm very busy. Oh, it's too late. It's gone off.
Take off.
Cheer.
The thing is, boss, when you're streaming, you've got finite amount of attention, and you've got to, when we fly IRL, it's aviate, navigate, communicate. When we fly in the sim, it's screenshot, aviate, navigate, communicate. When you stream, it's talk to people, screenshot, aviate, navigate, communicate. So that's the deal there. Let's go.
Manflex 52 SRS runway auto thrust with.
Checked. Trust set. 100 knots.
Checked.
E1. Rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Pog! Oh my word, what? Did I do something bad? Start possibly hire from the club school, but probably look to go part share in one at some point. Yes, that's, yeah, good shout. I guess my understanding is really it depends on how many hours you find yourself flying as to whether it's worth buying a share or not. Oh, the engine sound, I know. Samuel Topping, hello, welcome, how are you? Sam, you need to get back in the sim and back in this plane specifically. It's just... I just literally feel so immersed, Aaron. I accidentally left my drone at the airport, but it's alright, I fixed it now. Look at it, listen to it. So I haven't got cabin views for the I-8s, haven't you? You can have mine if you want. It's just so good. It's so good. Didn't realise then that. What, when I left the drone at the airport? No, well.
That's 0.
Oh, what's the problem here? Left side stick full. This has been a bug since more or less day one, I think. It's absolutely fine. You can ignore it. Just clear it. Clear it. There we are.
The traffic Scandinavian 1046, taxiing to runway 08.
Oh, sorry, you asked what departure.
X-ray.
Resna 3 Lima, boss. Yes, I haven't flown the 737 since this came out. Yeah, I'm good, Samuel, thank you. I'm very well. Oh, boss, that is a hell of a screenshot. That is a hell of a screenshot. I flew into Heathrow yesterday and it was crazy busy, but it was like realistic crazy busy, and I held and I did the 27 left approach and they vectored me out as far as City, and it was just amazing. Let me just set standard pressure and then I'll show the peeps that screenshot.
Standard cross check.
And it was probably one of the most immersive flight sim experiences I've had.
Now.
Check it.
Now.
Okay.
Right. This is Simon's screenshot from a flight into Heathrow. The gear just coming down. Yeah, you are arriving, aren't you? Yes, you are. I know which way round London goes. Yeah. Because you had quite a long break from the sim, actually, Simon, didn't you? Is it this plane that's got you back into it, or were you back into it before it released anyway? You got to be kidding me! Why is my tiller not working? It's moving in the cockpit, but nose wheel ain't turning. I don't know, and it did on the way out, on the way in rather. Oh my goodness me! Have you tried pressing the pedal disconnect? Try that. 132.155.
Traffic, Speedbird, 79 Charlie, EUREGIO.
Sweden Control, good afternoon. Scandinavian 1042, climbing through flight level 110, inbound Sierra Alpha 417.
1042, Sweden Control, hello, so Squawk 0217.
Squawk 0217, Scandinavian 1042.
Gonna be 1492, can I get you on an even flight level? You're mostly flying westbound. Do you like 360 or 380?
There we are. Do you know what have I done to Phil? He doesn't like flying in traffic and holding. I'm happy holding. I like traffic. I don't go around. And when I say I like traffic, it depends. Yesterday at Heathrow was a good day. There was only one EasyJet, and most people knew what they were doing when I departed to Innsbruck and when I got back from Innsbruck. But when people are being absolute noobs, then yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, 1042 radar contact. I need you on an odd level since you're flying northeastbound. 350 or 370?
We'll take 370, please, Scandinavian 1042.
1042, climb to flight level 370.
Going to flight level 370, Scandinavian or 1042. There we go. Worked until just now, that's so weird. Me having a fixed working schedule now certainly helps, but yeah, the Fenix V2, haven't been in love with the plane this much since the FSL days, yeah. 77 is nice, but it feels like it's mostly ported from P3D.
When ready, descent to flight level 100.
This plane feels like you're right there with the sounds announcements, all of that. Yeah, it does. It does. It is the most immersive flying experience in the sim, I think. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Engine anti-ice can come off, seatbelts can come off. What are you doing work-wise now then? What's going on there? Oh yes, that is something. What Wojtek says is something. There's this thing. I can't remember what it does, but you might want to try it.
Austrian 329, Sweden control.
Off-world, see you later. I've done my PPL. I got it a few months back, Fighter the Yankee, and I did it at North Weald. Yeah, departing a busy airport when people are stepping on each other is bad.
5440.
But yesterday, as I say, it was busy, but it was realistic busy. There was a delivery controller. Every position was covered, which meant it didn't feel that crazy between that and controllers not being complete noobs. Sorry, pilots not being complete noobs, but both is true. That was a bit naughty. I didn't check my updated load sheet. Forgot. But it was fine. Settled down at a small retail store now. The past few years were nice, but at some point life has to calm down again, and it's nice to be playing. Oh, good, good. Yeah, it's nice to settle after a busy period. Am I right in thinking that you're off to be going off to be cabin crew, or you're thinking of going off to be cabin crew?
Austrian 329, can I get you on
a vague memory of something said on Ben's server. I may be misremembering.
We prefer 350 if possible, Austrian 329.
Austrian 329, of course.
Oliver, hello, welcome. Welcome, how are you?
Descending to flight level 350, Austrian 329.
Sweden control.
Oh, you did yours at Compton Abbas, nice.
4063 climbing.
Your beloved TB20. Did Oshkosh back a few years ago? Did you? What, you flew from here to Oshkosh? That's amazing.
Squawk 5361.
Quite terrifying at times, I imagine. Now hung up your real headphones to P1, but still flying as P2. Currently flying the A320 737. Gosh, that's an exciting bit of
control
flying you've done.
036, we're starting descent here. What would you like our
I said that, boss. That was my first thing. Oh no, you mean on here? Ah, okay, yeah, get you.
Scandinavian 036, you can keep your speed.
Engine does not know it's over water.
That you have now, and once below flight level, you can start reducing.
Got accepted and all, but a minor medical issue prevented me from getting the medicals. But I'm okay with not becoming cabin crew, or being at home, or flight sim. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Good. I'm glad you're happy. I'm glad you're enjoying life. Yeah, GSX does do that. Have you managed to clear it? You can clear that. I can't remember how. Yeah, I'm very well, thank you, Oliver.
Yeah, 2026, same with you on the conversion. You can keep the current indicator speed that you have right now, and then below flight level 100, you can reduce to 5 knots.
Okay, keep the current speed below level 100.
The cabin has got so much better as well. I mean, I'm very pleased they've removed the Phoenix embossing on the seats. But it does look, it just looks crisper, doesn't it? And more real. I don't quite know. I don't know what they've done to it, because it looked good anyway, but now it's just miles ahead of any other aircraft in terms of cabin. Although we did find one interesting thing yesterday. Have I ever tried the Samos approach? Yes, I have. Not for ages though. I actually made a YouTube video reviewing Samos Airport, and during that review video I did an instructional bit on how to fly the Samos approach. And you know, it was very much do as I say, not as I do. It was not perfect, and it took many takes, but yeah, I got it down. And I have been back since, but not for quite some time. They really need to look at these seals, don't they? Yeah, there's a sticker that confused us yesterday, or confused me, and it is this one. It says all carts, no carts must be installed between two full height dividers during taxi, takeoff, turbulence and landing. Can't be all carts and no carts, right? What's that about?
We're going to try to see if we can...
Has anyone got any insight into that?
With the minimums, but if we can, we have a diversion plan.
Okay, do you have the net report already?
Yeah, we have the minimum.
2026, you ready? You want the net report for Romeo?
Glorious.
Negative, we have it already, Scandinavian 2026.
Okay.
Is that one that you've recently done then, Oliver, the Samos approach? One of the things I was most looking forward to
direct November uniform
with the IEs, actually, is being able to fly Aegean and do some nice ops out of Athens and around to the outlying islands and that sort of thing. So I might do a bit more of that. Ah, Oliver. There are charts available, you're right, it's not in Navigraph. And it's largely visual, so the visual segment you won't get much in the way of charts. But I'm pretty sure that I included a link in my video to some charts, or somewhere. I'm going to have a quick look. No, I didn't. Anyway, I'll send you a link to my video and that might help you. Might help you avoid guessing quite so much. Do we have decent Kefalonia scenery, Scott? Because I don't think I've ever flown there. Oh, hang on, I sent that on Twitch, not on YouTube. That's not helpful. There you are. Did it yesterday, but it took like 4 attempts. That's not bad. It does take some practice. Samos approach plates. Definitely had some. Yeah, here we are. It's, right, okay. So it's not much, but it's a link. It's an image, which I will link you to. If you watch the video and you look at this image, between those things, you should be able to manage it. So it's essentially, you have to track the Samos VOR inbound. I'll share the screen. Track the Samos VOR inbound on a 359 heading course, and then you break off 4 miles from the Samos VOR, and the rest of the approach you fly, essentially you fly visually. So there are some visual waypoints that you look out for. So you turn left to 325 and you're looking for the village with the pier. It gives you some clues for what your altitude should be, so 1100 once you're abeam the pier. And then, just before you get to a village, this village behind the ridge here, you commence your turn onto final. And you want to, there's quite, this shed with the white roof is quite a prominent feature. You'll see that. It's like a massive warehouse type thing, I would say. So you want to be flying over that, and that will line you up for the runway. I haven't done
to altitude 5000.
this other approach, I don't think. I haven't done the other approach from the east, but anyway, yeah, I hope that is of some help. Comes to something when you're relying on an infinite flight forum to find approach charts, though, doesn't it? Sim crashed. Oh, trolls! FYL. Cannot be bothered to set up again because you've landed around back. Yeah, that's alright, boss. I don't blame you. I'm sorry it's happened.
21 is, yeah, we can expect only 21. Can H1020. And clearance Vienna via Vagas for Charlie. Flight level 90, walk 4435.
Right. I think we'll have some tunes.
On the 132, feedback correct.
I'm sure you'll get it going. Well, I don't think you'll get it going, but I had a crash to desktop on my first flight in this. Yesterday I did 3 flights back to back, nothing went wrong. It's just one of those things, I think. Just one of those things. Hopefully it won't happen again.
Scandinavian 1492, direct Hammar. Scandinavian 1492, direct Hammar. Scandinavian 2026, descent altitude 5000 feet, Scandinavian 1023.
Yeah, it's definitely a tyres on tarmac sort of an airport. Definitely. So I assume this controller is going to take us all the way up to Kiruna, right? Oh, don't Sweden use VAT class? Oh yes, they do. They do. So who is SAS 62 Yankee and who is SAS 1044? I guess one of you is Wojtek and the other one's a random, or is it someone watching? Jockster, are you watching by chance? Gosh, it's actually quite busy. There's someone on the ground at Kiruna. And there are now 3 of us inbound, so this could get interesting with parking. Good luck, Oliver. Sounds like a good route. So just up at cruising altitude.
036, descent 2500 feet, clear dial approach runway 14.
Oh yes, I never do this. I should do a lot more of it. If you're watching on YouTube and you're enjoying, please click the like button. Do subscribe to the channel, and also if you're watching on Twitch, a follow would be much appreciated. And if you want to switch around, twitch.tv/filbertflies. You can come and follow me there if you're watching on YouTube. youtube.com/filbertflies. You could go and subscribe there if you're watching me on Twitch. Only ATRs flying into Samos currently, really? There used to be a whole bunch of A320s, but I guess maybe they're just in the summer season. You've applied to shadow Latvian air traffic controllers. Oh right, to sort of be able to visit and control Latvia as well. Is that the idea? No, you do control Latvia. What? Why are you shadowing controllers? Latvia's your place, that's where you control, isn't it? Or do you mean like... oh, IRL! I see! Oh, cool. Is this like a school work experience then? Yeah, I guess all the jets are seasonal. So do you think this is what you want to do for a living then, being an air traffic controller?
Canadian 2026, continue present heading. Cool. I will extend you a little bit.
Present heading, Canadian 2026.
The 737 is an aircrosser in the summer season. Right now it's just the Athens ATRs, yeah. When I was down in New Zealand and I was thinking about flying, you know, wouldn't it be nice if we could fly to Nelson, and that's only ATRs and dash 8s.
044, clearance inbound Kiruna, Vagas 4 Foxtrot, off runway 21. When ready, descent flight level 100.
Vagas 4 Foxtrot, arrival to Kiruna, when ready, level 100.
And yeah, it did make me think maybe I could give the
Interested in a visual approach
ATR another go.
runway 03, which was the route. Okay, depends. I have a aircraft on the ground that is going to depart runway 21, so we'll see when he gets closer.
The target, okay.
Okay, so he gave the Vega 2 Foxtrot, which is not what I had planned. No, not 2 Foxtrot, 4 Echo.
2026,
switch that.
2,500 feet.
2,500.
That takes you to the VOR DME. Okay, so I guess we'll prepare for that and maybe accept his offer of a visual if he gives us the option.
2026, I will get you a further, longer...
I find it very, very buggy, Oliver.
Front. You might need to backtrack.
I find it very buggy. But I haven't flown it for a long time. There have been some updates, so... I don't know.
Turn left heading 320.
I don't know. I couldn't honestly recommend it based on my experiences with it. But as I have it, I probably ought to give it another go at least. Also, actually, I'm pissed off at my last landing, so I'll load in again, but I'll do
302, descent flight level 100.
EKYT to ESKS to get something out of the scenery with a shorter flight. Okay, good. Why am I squawking ident? That was a mistake, didn't mean to do that. Just accidentally clicked ident, did not mean to. Ugh. Don't know how to turn it off either. So you're not going to do to ESNQ at all there, Tots?
On the 132, taxi in line up runway 21 via Alpha and backtrack.
You're going to do Athens to Samos next, inspired really in the ATR. Whereabouts do you live then, Oliver? If the ATR is if Loganair is your local airline, somewhere in Scotland, I would guess.
Vagas to Romeo for RMP runway 03 initially.
Vagas to Romeo.
Sam, is that true? MD82 into Samos, wow. Yeah, he was talking about the ATR. Updates haven't fixed some of its main issues.
Canadian 2026, turn right heading 110, clear that approach runway 14.
Sometimes it's good and it is satisfying, but some of the bugs that have been there since release are still not fixed. I mean, A320, Roger.
Wind is variable 3 knots, runway
Martin, thank you for the resub, boss. Thank you. Perth in Scotland, nice. I have a friend who grew up in Perth, actually. Lives in Glasgow now. You're going to do the MD82 flight, are you? Are you going to fly with Wojtek in his A320? Madeira's always good fun. Madeira's always good fun. At top of descent marker, VNAV dropping waypoints right. Yeah, it's a shame. Yeah, how is it going? Have you started work?
60 Yankee, go ahead.
The wind is calm at Kiruna, Cavalcade. Are you interested in shorter... the trend was runway 21 earlier today, but now it's calm. Would you like 03?
I'll go through before heading 60.
I'd like 03 as well.
60 Yankee cleared inbound Kiruna via Vagas.
Stalled but managed to recover it. Good, well done.
Approach runway 03. When ready, descent flight level 100.
Okay, sorry, back to Romeo. Approach for 03 and when ready, descent level 100. Canadian 60 Yankee.
Been infected, what, with Australian? So it really is like they say it is, Martin, is it? Did I turn on scrolling acceleration? So good with it on for raiding. No, boss, because I like immersion. Don't know, does it make much difference? This feels like, you know, one click for 5 for 0.05 is about right, eh? Now, you say that, Sam. I feel like you feel like flying again now. I think.
So 132 in this calm, runway 21, clear for takeoff.
I think, to be honest with you, that my reputation as the world's premier flight sim influencer is justified, and I think I'm very close to influencing you to reinstall all your payway scenery and go flying. Probably with the MD-82 into Samos RN. Just saying. You don't admit that. No, but there's no harm in it, boss. There's no harm in it. You're allowed to be a Filbert sim sometimes.
236 landing time, 31 taxi back and Charlie to stand 4.
That is true. I'd like to say it wasn't, but it is true. It's been good so far. People are very friendly, and the nature is just breathtaking. Met a lot of new people. Social battery needs a bit of charging, but life here has been good so far. Oh, good. And work? Have you started work yet? Or placement, or what? I can't remember what you're doing there, to be honest with you. I know it's something law related, but I can't remember if it's a job or an internship or what. I think the MD-82 is all right. I've forgotten who makes it. I don't have it, but I've heard good things. Studying. Oh, you're studying. That's right. Of course you are. Yeah. Yeah, Leonardo MD-82 is all right, isn't it?
Honda 132, continue present heading.
I don't have it because it doesn't interest me that much as a plane, rather than because I don't think it's going to be good.
Honda 132, report passing altitude.
Wing!
122 radar contact. Climb to
Talking of which, Sharklets when?
I will get you direct shortly. There is inbound traffic, inbound Vargas.
Systems wise, it's fantastic, right up there with Fenix and PMG, better than PMG in many ways.
2026, wind is variable, 3 knots, runway 1.
It's not law related, although it's part of my major studies, Dutch law. I'm doing my minor studies here in human resource management and business management. Oh yeah, it's coming back to me now. You did tell me that. I forgot. A320 and A319 when I don't know. Soon, I hope.
Landing, bye-bye.
I hope they sort of streamlined their processes and all that now.
Bye-bye. Bye.
With FTSIM sound pack, it's great, but at a €90 price point, I do hope sounds were good. I'd hope sounds were good out of the box. Yeah. Valid point. What's it called? Gibraltar. You been to Gibraltar, Oliver? You'd enjoy that, I think. If you like tricky approaches to short runways. Yeah, Chios I've flown to, or Chios, isn't it? I've flown to. Oh, you've replaced Hurls. Good. No Brits though, eh? Is it being overly pernickety to say I slightly dislike the fact that there's the same smear of dirt on each window? Yeah, there's not really any very good Marrakesh scenery, is there? And I wish there was. There is one, but it's just a bit meh, as I recall. And are these all students, Martin? Is it the university just got quite a big intake of foreign students?
The 1044 descent altitude 5,000 feet. Canadian 1020.
5,000 feet, Canadian 1020.
It's university, also my student accommodation, online people I've met. Oh, right, okay.
Canadian 1044. Airport should be at your 12 o'clock. Report field in sight.
Still looking, 1044.
And 60 Yankee. You request Metroport Kiruna?
I'm quite up for a visual.
Yes, 60 Yankee.
And 60 Yankee. Metroport Kiruna, from time 1050. I'll probably will get a new Metroport in the next 10 seconds here. But anyway, wind is calm, it's cover K, temperature -1, dew point -5 in H1020. Transition level is 70.
60 Yankee.
Nice.
60 Yankee, would you also be interested in visual approach?
We can try the visual Canadian 60 Yankee.
Okay.
Met a few Brits, some of them who used to live in England moved here.
Able to enter the ramp here at Charlie Scandinavian 2024.
First at Scandinavian 1044, clear visual approach, runway 03, report final.
Have you met any
Under 132,
actually it doesn't matter, it's too early for us.
Umlax.
Not talked a lot to my roommates yet, but I actually like the Danish guy. He's very chill and always up for a conversation when I meet him in the kitchen. Okay, cool. And is the accommodation good? Is it high standard?
2026, yeah, sorry. Landing time 37 is taxi Charlie in stand 5.
Oh, why? What's he like? The Norwegian one, I mean. Accommodation is very good, has everything you need, a gym, pool, washing machine, study areas. The hell's a Sky Lounge? This sounds nothing like my university accommodation at all. Copenhagen's the exact opposite to London as well, because they won't stop talking. Yeah. Oh, rooftop, yeah, maybe. Whereas my tips for visual approach, Wojtek, is look for the airport, spot the airport, look for the runway, line up with the runway and go down onto it. That's not specific to Sweden really, I guess, but like, it's more universal. Yeah, and plane don't crash. Go onto runway but not too hard. Norwegian guy's very into sports, but he always has his headphones on, doesn't talk much, and I felt judged and put in a corner for him very quickly. Oh right, oh no, that's not nice. So you're mostly just sitting on your roof getting drunk with drinks from the 7-Eleven. Is that what you're spending most of your time doing? It's probably what I'd spend most of my time doing, I think, especially if it's hot. Technically, you're only allowed to descend below the MSA once you have terrain inside. It doesn't actually have to be the airport, weirdly. Okay. What is the MSA for a visual approach? Because, I don't know the answer to that. Haven't had a drop of alcohol or coffee. Oh right, gosh. How did you get over jet lag without coffee? I can't imagine that. Oh, okay, minimum vectoring on Roger, okay. Red Bull. You.
Wind is calm, runway 03, clear land.
I mean, what was the delay about? I don't know. It's only 6 minutes. They can just get over it, to be honest with you. You got free Red Bull. How come? Just pushing back from Rodman. Have a good flight. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Red Bull either. It's really good, isn't it? It's so detailed. You really can, should you want to, count the rivers. From the oh my god, that is bad. Universities should surely be promoting healthy lifestyles to their students. It's part of, they also had Tim Tam's Vegemite at Planet Penn's information section. Tim Tams are nice, I know this from Harry's care package.
Runway 14 still in use, wind is calm. MH1020, clearance to Stockholm Arlanda, ADD-2 kilo departure, flight level 90, squawk during taxi.
Alright, Stockholm Arlanda by ADD-2 kilo, departure runway 14, issue level 90, squawk during taxi.
Interesting. I take it you don't like Marmite either then, right?
Canadian 1044, landing time 44, taxi, backtrack and Alpha.
Well, so going to get back into VATSIM for the next couple of days. Nice. Have you got any route suggestions? Probably 2 airports that are not complicated to ease yourself back into it.
Okay, taxi stand 3 instead.
I have to say Arlanda's not a bad one. It's quite big, but it's rarely too busy. But why not like Arlanda to Edinburgh, something like that maybe? Or Oslo Gardermoen, also a good one. Where else is quiet? But I mean, do you want ATC or do you just want to be on Unicom? Yeah, Bristol's not a bad shout. Bristol's, yeah, for UK airports, Edinburgh, Bristol, Glasgow, Liverpool. All of these are relatively quiet usually and fairly straightforward to fly into. Copenhagen's going to be, is usually manic though, isn't it?
Sierra 60 Yankee, the airport is 12 o'clock, 38 miles.
Right, let's get set up for the arrival then.
You have control.
I have control.
You say again,
Latest weather. Wind 60 at 9 knots.
You have the airfield at your 12 o'clock, 30 miles. Call me when you have the skill in sight, if you want a visual.
Roger, I will call you on field inside Scandinavian 60 Yankee.
Scandinavian 149 or 2, can we get out of cockpit for about 15 to 20 minutes?
Yeah, so 03 would be the right runway for a 60 knot wind, wouldn't it? So that's good. QNH is 1019.
Scandinavian 492, be back in about 15 minutes.
Temperature 3 degrees.
We'll report back Scandinavian 149.
As I say, 60 at 9. Transition level he gave Wojtek was 70. And the baro minimum as well, if we're doing visual then we won't have any, but
good afternoon.
Actually I didn't change the arrival, did I? I did it on here but not there.
5343 was the better.
So we want the Vegas 4 Echo for the VOR DME Zulu, probably, as a backup.
At 100 radar contact.
Delta 207 in the transition.
Nyborg.
Direct Nyborg, order 100.
Good. Aberdeen's dead though, isn't it? If you're going to fly on a Monday evening and want peace and quiet, avoid Copenhagen. Yes, exactly. So they might have found the problem with the nose wheel steering. Oh yeah, go on. I didn't manage to check before the crash, but it might have been the Fenix tug still being connected.
Do we have,
oh, okay, like the Fenix built-in tug. Yeah, that could be it.
That's 4063. Yeah. That's a little early call. You will probably get another Met report when you get closer. But for now, Kiruna, Met report 1120 Zulu in this call. Cavalcade, temperature -1, dew point -5, QNH 1020. And the transition level is 70.
So his Met report is totally different to what I'm getting in Navigraph charts.
QNH 1020, transition level is...
Oh no, I may have just been looking at the wrong airport. Yeah, I've probably been looking at the wrong airport. Let's redo all of that.
David 60 Yankee, field inside.
Control, hello, Canadian 27 Tango, after Romeo, requesting to block 1
60 Yankee, clear visual approach, only 03, report on
Temperature -1.
I will report on final and clear visual.
Wind's variable at 2, so we'll put that as 0, no factor. And the minimums for the VOR Zulu approach will be 2070, but obviously we're expecting visual.
Ocean 3 Quebec, hello again, I don't know where you went. That's Squawk 5370.
Let's walk 5370, we have some implementation to
Okay.
Airport elevation is going to be
Scandinavian 27 Tangos, leading control again. Runway 14 is in use, wind is 210 degrees, 3 knots, QNH 1023. Clearance to Stockholm Arlanda, ADD-ONS 2 kilo departure, flight level 90.
brief it.
Squawk during taxi.
Our current weather shows nice VFR conditions, and we've got the arrival and approach for guidance in FMS for descent.
Oh, hello, Paul.
Down to the airport. Even the the runway is dry.
Not IRL, boss. IRL Aberdeen
27 Tango, back,
is a lively, happening metropolis, as you and I both know. But in the sim, because people like you, who could have controlled it, gave up on controlling, there's very rarely any VATSIM. You get me? Bergen to Edinburgh's a nice shout, actually. Yeah, that's a good call. Or Stockholm.
Scandinavian 025, I think it's on self-maneuvering stand.
Or, yeah, somewhere in Scandinavia. There's quite a few Scandinavian options.
Do you need a push? You're parked too far forward?
Go to Australia, you won't regret it, especially with the Aussies from the Discord. I bet you'd have a lovely time. I would like to come to Australia at some point, I would, but I'm waiting for Harry to buy me a business class return ticket, and it's taking a long time for him to save up, which is understandable.
Push and start is approved.
If we were still doing Australian of the month, then yes, you absolutely could, but we're not, boss. It's too divisive. Too divisive. Good, so we've set up for the arrival, we've briefed the approach. Just need some descent clearance when the time comes.
Yeah, 27 Tango, push and start approved facing west then.
You can see, I think, the cloud clearing in the distance for these cavoque conditions at Kiruna.
Reporting final Scandinavian 68.
Scandinavian 68, clear land on 03, wind is calm.
3103 Scandinavian 68.
You did. Just a reminder, if you wouldn't mind subscribing on YouTube, following on Twitch, and clicking the like button on YouTube, that would be lovely. Would appreciate very much. Oh, thank you, boss. Do I not have an exclamation mark Twitch command on YouTube? No, I don't. Oh well. Oh yes, there we are. Thank you very much, Oliver, for the follow on Twitch. Appreciate it. I guess now I'm streaming on both platforms simultaneously. It's not strictly true that you'll get 100% more streams on Twitch. You probably get exactly the same number of streams, but it's a much better platform for streaming. You can stay on Twitch. Fair. Flam USA, hello from.
Austrian 3 Kilo Echo and ready descent flight level 100.
The flag is, I've got a weird flag in Restream chat, but MA is what, Massachusetts, is it? Good. Nice to have you here. How are you? Must be early for you, no?
Any 1042. Inbound Kiruna via Vagas 2 Romeo for RNP approach runway 03 when ready descent to flight level 100.
Vagas 2 Romeo for the RNP approach runway 03 and when ready to send flight level 200 Scandinavian 1042.
1042, and you can probably expect visual approach as well. It's approved.
Roger, we'll expect the visual Scandinavian 1042.
Ready for taxi, Scandinavian takeoff.
That's interesting. I think I've got a different. Yeah.
Scandinavian 60 Yankee, landing time.
This is what I had originally planned for with August 2 Romeo, but it's not what he gave the others. So we'll redo it. Arnav 03.
Who was calling?
Bravo 2 Romeo.
Enemy 27 Tango, taxi line up runway 14 via Charlie and backtrack.
Taxi line up runway 14 via backtrack.
By NQ703. Good. Okay. And once again I have to select heading track first. I'm not too sure why, because we're not inbound a waypoint that's being edited at all. Just Airbus things, I guess. Alright, let's start down to flight level 200 then. Cabin announcement was from the Discord server. The announcements Discord server, which I can link to, I think.
Enemy 235, taxi turning point around 14 on Charlie.
Here's the link to the cabin announcements pack coming up. Oh, it's the flag of Morocco! Right, not so that's what the MA is. Right, that's what I thought initially, but then because you're FLAM USA, I thought you were in the USA and I thought maybe it's supposed to be Massachusetts. Right, what lovely to have you here. Which part of Morocco are you in? Navigraph isn't outdated, boss. If you've got a subscription. If anything, the sim's likely to be wrong. Navigraph is just based on the Jefferson charts. Did your sub alert go off? Yeah, I said thank you for this. This was a while ago, right?
Control, set squawk 0262.
Didn't you resub ages ago? Did I not? I did say thank you very much for the resub. Doesn't like at the start of the stream, right?
27 Tango, squawk 0212.
What 0212?
No, only PMDG can fix that. They went for the MSFS default ground handling model from their own one, which I think was a lot better, and I don't know why they did that.
Good.
Hooray, Charles! Good news.
Red Note 4063, clearance inbound
Yes.
Kiruna via Vagas to Romeo.
Everyone's flying to Kiruna.
Approach runway 03 and possibly visual approach later. And when ready, descent to flight level 100.
Was that for me? Apologies. Say again if that was for Scandinavian 1042.
Negative. Red Nose 4063, Sweden control.
Red Nose 4063, Sweden.
Aye, Kiruna. Indeed.
From 67 Lima Lima, please check your mic, your hot micing.
Ah, boss. Bad luck. Yes, your sub alert did go off earlier.
Runway 14, clear for takeoff.
2 hours. Yeah, that's not good. Anyway, I'm glad you've made it home.
035 behind departing company Airbus A320.
Shush, Charles, please.
Runway 14 via backtrack.
It's just when I hear something and I'm talking over it, and it's another, and it's someone in the same sort of place to me, I assume that I've missed something.
RMP approach runway 03.
YGM.
When ready, descent to flight level 100.
Clear to Kiruna via Vagas to Romeo and RMV approach runway 03 and when ready descend to flight level 100 red nose.
It'll have visitors for a week and not be seen again other than the locals.
In 2620 radar contact, climb to flight level 190.
What's that, Kiruna? Yeah.
In 2620 Sweden, radar contact, climb to flight level 190 direct to Lenso.
Climb to 190 direct to Lenso.
Oh yes, the unequal brake pressure. I don't know. Mine hasn't been unequal. I don't know if there's a calibration. There might maybe.
7 Lima again.
Maybe there's a calibration thing for the brake axes. If there's one for the, seeing as there's one for the throttles and the rudder and all the rest of it.
You were pushing push to talk while others were talking.
Oh, those are lovely shots, boss. Lovely.
Scandinavian 035, set squawk 5364.
Got Wojtek's screenshots.
27 Tango radar contact, climb to flight level 280.
Really nice. Better than my one for the video thumbnail. Why is this person getting on the plane? Are you flying back again? Are you doing a return?
Austrian 3 Kilo Echo, you're about to leave my space. No further DTC, frequency change approved, handlines landing, bye bye.
Frequency change approved, doors change, Kilo Echo, pursue, please, bye bye.
Bye.
Oh, is he? Oh, right, Roger.
From 67 Lima Lima, you're talking on my frequency again in French.
Oh, yes! Yes! I'd forgotten that they had stair drivers these days. That's an improvement. That is an improvement.
On 492, thank you. Scandinavian 1492, clearance inbound, Stockholm Arlanda, Hammar 5.
The other thing, as well as clicking like and subscribe and follow, if you'd like to come and join the Discord server, that would also be lovely. It's a great place to hang out. One of the finest, if not the finest, flight sim communities on all of the internet. So yeah, something to consider. Almost went off the taxi. And it's your brakes doing that, is it? I think I also tend to forget not to steer while looking around, or with the right click and drag. Yeah, that's an interesting bug that they introduced ages ago and haven't fixed, and I don't know why. Was it when the sim came out? It wasn't an issue. Oh, this is spectacular scenery, isn't it? Just see the clouds clearing and this beautiful wintry landscape up ahead. Very, very pog. It's supposed to be a feature. Are you serious? What's the purpose of it? Or are you capping?
Scandinavian 149, I'm heading right now. Any chance that you can give me back to this?
Scandinavian 492, unable. I'm not covering whole Stockholm TMA airspace, only the northern part. So you have to vector yourself in that case.
Oh.
Sorry, boss. That's a bit loud. Why though? What's the purpose of not being able to steer while you right click and drag? How is that a feature? Kiruna, boss. Kiruna.
Scandinavian 035, radar contact, climb to flight level 280.
Roger.
1492, when ready, descend initially flight level 200.
We haven't needed any anti-ice, so we haven't been through any cloud.
045, request departure information and clearance to Arlanda.
Scanning 1045, Sweden, hello again.
Maybe, Martin. It departure does allow multiple inputs at the same
360 degrees,
time,
4
'cause they didn't
knots,
used to have this feature.
1021. Expected
I don't know.
departure runway 21. Actually, stand by. I'll give you for runway 03 for now, and if traffic permits, we'll get you runway 21. But for now, runway 03 Vargas for Bravo departure, flight level 900, squawk during taxi.
For now, runway 03 Vargas for Bravo departure and the flight level 90 squawk taxi, Scandinavian 1045.
1045, correct. Startup is en route.
We go.
Do you think he's going to give me further descent? Or should I ask? Scandinavian 1042 at flight level 200, request further descent.
Scandinavian 1042, they're clear down to flight level 100.
Oh, I must have misheard. I read back 200. Continuing descent, flight level 100, Scandinavian 1042. Matt! Very good time to join the streams. Yeah, welcome. How are you?
Aussie Matt 95 just subscribed. Hello, hello. Good time to join the stream, I see.
And a resub as well, boss. Thank you very much indeed. At tier 3. 23 month streak, tier 3 resub. Unbelievable. It's nice of you to join us. And, you know, better late than never as well, of course. How are you have you flown the new Phoenix yet, boss? Good evening, Paul. How are you? Welcome.
62 Tango on my frequency.
You're knackered, been doing manual labour for the last 2 days. Oh, God.
Tango, stop, set squawk 5.
What sort of manual labour and why? I'm alright. I'm knackered because I've been doing, well, I've been at work, haven't I? But yeah, no, nothing manual.
Level, I need you on an odd flight level since you're flying in more eastbound.
It is so good. I love it. It's the best plane in the sim by a country mile. Absolutely, Oliver. Yeah, snap it up. I love it, Paul. I love it. It's really good. With the GSX integration, the cabin announcements, FS2 crew, everything coming together, the performance improvements, the visual improvements. It's a whole new experience. Got to be the best A320 for any sim ever, I think. Don't like to get too gushy about it, but it's a great plane. Yeah, go on, medium-sized story sounds good, yeah. Ten out of 10, yeah, absolutely. It's good, isn't it? There is a QRH included. Yes, I had a look at that. The QRH is quite hard to use on the EFB. Quite hard to scroll, I find. So but that's probably the only thing I found that I don't much like about it. And you can always just use the PDF. Yeah, fair enough, Oliver. Yeah. Sounds like a good plan. I love Athens, actually. Probably Fly Tampa's best scenery, IMHO. I don't know, boss. But I think so, because there seems to be more...
167 Lima Lima.
One of the things I've heard about it is that people with hardware find that there are more variables or whatever you need to bind, So we were meant to get our fibre internet installed last week. Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that. But when they came to it, they found they couldn't feed the cable through from the telecom pit out the front towards the road, back towards the house. Telecom pit out the front towards the road. Right, okay. Oh god, did you have to dig up a path or something? What should you get in Europe? Athens, definitely. Copenhagen, definitely. Heathrow, definitely. There's only one option for all of these. What else is good in Europe? Stockholm's great, Gothenburg's great, Edinburgh's great, Glasgow's great. East Midlands is great, particularly if you wanted to fly freight. There's a lot of freight in and out of there. Innsbruck is brilliant, although there is one included. Schiphol, of course, yes, Schiphol. Aberdeen's a bit of a meme, so I wouldn't bother with that. Dublin, probably. Paris Orly's great. Vienna's great. Milan Linarte's great.
1042, descent altitude 5,000 feet. QNH 1021.
Descent to altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1021, Scandinavian 1042.
Yeah, let me finish talking and report the field in sight. Field is at your 12 o'clock, 30 miles.
1021 set.
10.
Wilco, Scandinavian 1042.
Set. Passing 11,500. Now.
Checked.
Belfast all great. Yeah, that's true. Everything from Pyreek. True. Matt, I'm alright. How are you? We spoke yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah. We spoke on... You were on... Langen, was it? I think. Since then, we've done a lot of work to the front yard, putting the concrete pad for the caravan stuff. So come to now when we find out the fibre can be installed, we didn't have many options to choose from in terms of getting the fibre to the house. Right, okay. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I've only been to... I haven't been to Scandinavian mountains, but I've looked at the other two and they're both really good. What else have I missed? Fly Tampa Las Vegas. Yeah, I love Fly Tampa Las Vegas. It's really good. Probably get Edinburgh since it's my closest proper airport. Yes, good one to start with. Turns out when we had the... Right, sorry, I missed a bit here, didn't I? Well, it turns out when we had the bore water pump installed years ago, they had munched the conduit underground and caused it to break and also pinch onto the cable. I see. No, that's not so good. So we've been working on the conduit for the last 2 days, digging out the dirt around the bore pump to find them. Oh, God, that sounds like a horrible job. Horrible job. But, yeah. Is it done?
Austrian 329 when ready, descent flight level 100.
They're all right.
1021 set.
1021 set. Seatbelts.
On.
Minimum.
2070
Thank you.
set.
Auto brake.
Oh, we haven't done the auto brake.
No arm.
Engine lock selected.
Normal.
Approach checklist complete.
Right, so we're looking out for the airport now. Hopefully half day tomorrow and then it'll be done. Good. No, you've been good today, Tazzy, actually. Yeah, I haven't had any issues with you at all. Not forgetting boatloads of great freeware sceneries. Yeah, that's true. That's true. There's a lot of good freeware stuff as well.
Activate approach phase.
Why are we so fast? Right. It'll be okay. To be honest, I was focusing a bit too much on the chat and not enough on speeds and spotting airports and that sort of thing. No, I haven't tried the CFM yet, actually. No. I've been too overexcited by all...
1042, field is now at your 12 o'clock, 14 miles. So actually you're 2 o'clock now. You still have no field inside?
Roger, no, we're not yet visual, Scandinavian 1042.
1042, Roger. Descend according to the profile. We clear for the RMP approach, runway 03.
Re-clear for the RMP approach runway 03, Scandinavian 1042. Oh no, we don't.
Flaps 1.
That's a shame, I just didn't see it.
Flaps 1.
Could have lied, I've done that before, but I just didn't see it.
Now 4063, proceed direct November, Quebec 700 for shortcut.
I feel like we should be able to see it. I do as well.
Repeat red nose 4063.
Red nose 4063 for shortcut, flight direct November, Quebec 700.
But you know, I guess this is why we set up for the RMP, right?
November, Quebec 700 for red nose 4063.
Right, the other thing I should have done really is landing calculations, landing distance calculations. And I wasn't going to bother. Oops, wrong one. But now we're on the RNP and I've got a bit of time, I will.
Yeah, 2620 approved, call me when you're back. On 492 distance, flight level 70.
You can use idle reverse as well, nice. Ah, there's an airport.
1492, you're about to leave my space, no further to see at Stockholm. See there is one inbound traffic in front of you, should be...
Yeah, it's very wide.
Monitor Unicom, 122, 7 flight landing, bye bye.
Scandinavian 1042 established on final airport inside.
2500.
1042, Roger. The wind is 360 degrees, 4 knots, runway 03, clear to land.
Runway 03 cleared to land, Scandinavian 1042.
Flaps 2.
27 Tango, clearance inbound. Stockholm Arlanda.
I thought it was that late, got this one.
Oh, it's messed up here. Via Hammar 5 Mike for runway 01 left.
Take your seats.
No, we'll stop the music. It's so quiet, I barely was aware of it.
Scandinavian 035, same for you, clearance inbound Stockholm Arlanda, Hammar 5 Mike for runway 01 left.
Hey, that is Scotch landing. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Thank you.
Gear down.
Gear down.
Signs are not on. Actually, Tazzy, you didn't do anything with lights or signs this time. You usually do. So there is a little bit of room for improvement, you know. What, 5 miles when we're doing 180 knots plus? I don't think so. So it's a little late, if anything, to be honest.
Flaps 3.
Speed check. Flaps 3.
Not in the mood, that's alright, boss. No, I wasn't being too critical. This is first on-stream flight, you know. It's bound to be a few nerves. What have you.
Speed check.
But he wanted feedback, so yeah, provided it. I was glad to be able to provide it.
1045 taxi.
Landing check is completed.
Cool. And we're cleared.
Taxi via Yankee and Bravo holding point on
And we're below minimums, but I didn't get a minimum score. very hard to actually discern the runway.
500.
100 above.
Check.
Canadian 210 Tango affirm. You can take Hammer 3 Juliet.
Minimums.
Then 4060 when descent to altitude 5,000 feet.
Maybe I just remembered the minimums being higher than they were. Not your fault, Tassie, not your fault. Yeah, they really ought to clear some snow off this runway because...
Then 4063, descent to altitude 5,000 feet, Canadian 1021.
It's very hard to make out.
Descend to altitude
Thank you,
5,000 feet, Encurage 1021 for red nose 4063.
Austrian 329, about Lima space, frequency change approach, bye-bye.
50.
Frequency change approach, 329, have a nice evening, Austrian 329.
10. 5.
Spoilers. Reverse green. Decel.
Here we are, welcome to Kiruna!
70 knots.
Is there an exit further on?
Canadian 1045, wind check at Kiruna.
Scandinavian 1045, wind is 360 gauge 4 knots.
Do I have to backtrack? Chartsman, anyone? Thank you, Paul.
1045, taxi line up, runway 03 via Bravo, backtrack.
Taxi line up 03 via Bravo, backtrack, Canadian 1045.
Canadian 1042, landing time 2-1, taxi backtrack and Alpha stand 3.
Taxi backtrack and Alpha stand 3, Scandinavian 1042, thank you.
New Dar 100, leaving my space, frequency change approved, bye-bye.
I say thank you to Paul Newman, for complimenting my landing, boss.
Scandinavian 27 Tango, when ready, descent to flight level 100.
Thank you, Tassie, as well, for all your great work on this flight. I appreciate it.
235, when ready, descent flight level 100.
What did you say? Did you say stand 3? I think he did.
Vi er nu ankommet til vores destination. Af sikkerhedsmæssig hensyn bedes du holde sikkerhedsbæltet fastspændt og skru ryggen op bordet i lockeren position, samt fluk vej fri for bagage, indtil skiltet med sikkerhedsbæltet er blevet slukket. Og vær forsigtig, når du åbner bagagen.
Canadian 1045, squawk 0221.
Forlader os, kontroller venligst.
0221, Canadian 1045.
No.
Skal du være opmærksom på
Thank you, Alex, as well.
flyet og broen og eventuelle trapper. Rygning er først tilladt i et afmærket rygeområde. Vi i besætningen siger tak, fordi du valgte at flyve med SAS og Star Alliance. Og indtil næste gang siger vi i SAS mange tak, og vi ønsker dem en rigtig god dag. We have now arrived at our destination. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened. Keep your seatbelts and table upright. And the island emergency exits free of cabin.
Is this stand 3? I'm a little bit lost.
Before leaving us, make sure that you haven't forgotten anything
No.
on board. When disembarking, please observe
That's-
the possible difference
that's
in
stand
the
one.
aircraft.
Are these just random ground people, or did I click the wrong thing, or what the hell's I think they're just random ground people.
We would like to thank you for flying SAS and Star Alliance.
Canadian 2620, welcome back, call you back shortly.
So that'll be 2.
No,
Yes, 3 is the next one.
sorry,
Good.
4063, clear RMP approach runway 03.
It's true, Daniel. That is how you know. I hadn't thought of that. It's true.
4063.
I've thanked Alex before.
2620, clearance inbound Umeå, Lenso 3, Sierra, arrivals runway 14.
Are we doing this right? I think so. Yeah.
2620.
Right. I'm not great at these tight turns and these weird angle taxi routes.
620 clearance inbound Umeå. Lenso 3 Sierra for runway 14. Lenso 3 Sierra.
You're saying I should go straight on, but I clearly should be turning right.
Okay, 1045, wind is 360 degrees, 4 knots, runway 03.
You can't trust these marshallers.
03 clear takeoff, Scandinavian 1045.
Close enough. Close enough.
Descent also cross check.
Good.
Scandinavian 58 Foxtrot Sweden, radar contact, Skok 0236.
Right, so APU should be on. We'll put the APU bleed on. Engines can go off. Seatbelt signs can go off. And the beacon can go off as well. We'll get some deboarding underway.
Level 100.
It's cold up there, so they get vodka with their lunch. Does the A320 Neo's got the airport map thing, or just the A330 Neo? I think just the 330 Neos. But it's a good question. I'm not 100% on that. We're going to block in that jet. Which one? The BizJet? Nah, you can get out there. Loads of room. That's not a bad bit of parking given the drunk guy, right? Oh, he's back. Still waving. You gave me a little bow and you told me to cut my engines. What are you doing now? I think he might be on ketamine, to be honest. I don't think this is just alcohol. I don't think. Don't know. Good. Well, there we are. So this is one of the 3 airports in the Orbx pack, the others being Umeå and Scandinavian Mountains Airport. Only one of those 2 of which I can pronounce. Oh, look, there's a departure. So this is, yeah, this is sort of I think it's the smallest of the 3 actually, Kiruna. I've been to look at Umeå, as I say, and I haven't been to look at Scandinavian mountain airports, but these are all made by Markus Nyborg, who did Arlanda, Bromma, and Göteborg. So you can expect good things from him. And I've always said this, he is the king of texture, where his airports all look incredibly realistic with the textures. And this is no exception, I would say. Really nice shading, you know, total lack of uniformity. So it all looks very, very real. You'll have noticed we do have some static window textures, and we also have some interior modelling. So we have interior modelling here. And we'll have a little look inside. Unfortunately, the snow has made it into the terminal, but it hasn't made it onto people's heads or onto the seats, which used to be a problem. So we're part of the way there. We're part of the way there. And the interior, I've got to say, is pretty good. It's not probably up there with the likes of Pyrig or even Inimils rather. But it is nice, and it's nice to have. Very small area modelled. But there you are, so you do at least have a little bit of a terminal to have a look at when you arrive here. And when you're parking so far away, does it really matter? Probably not. We've got a tower with a bit of interior modelling as well, so we'll have a little look at that. Pretty nice. Quite old-fashioned looking actually, but pretty nice. Quite a lot of detail in here. Quite a lot of detail. We'll have a little look at the landside area. And again, he's done quite a lot of decent modelling, quite a lot of good work with the textures of the terminal and with ground clutter and such like.
I think it's
I'm just going to detune the radios because it's too loud. Yeah. So no interior modelling out the front, but some pretty convincing static textures should you end up this close to the front of the terminal. Fencing looks nicely done. It's not the most high security fencing I've ever seen at an airport, but I'm sure, you know, I'm not here to criticise Swedish airport security measures. It does the job clearly. I don't know what these are. They look a bit like tontu huts you get in Finland. Interesting. But yeah, this is it really. There's not a huge amount to it. Should we have a quick look at the night lighting? Is it open at night? I suppose that's the first question we should ask ourselves before we judge too harshly. Let's have a quick look at arrivals into Kiruna. Show all arrivals. Last arrival is at 6:55 p.m. First departure is at 6:26 a.m. tomorrow. So yeah, I mean, it will be dark. It's definitely going to be some darkness this far north at those times. So let's just wind it all the way back and have a look at the night lighting. Oh, that's pretty nice, isn't it? That is pretty nice. If I had one criticism, it would be that there are insufficient light sources for the amount of light on the ground, but then I guess this could just be bleed through from the terminal area. Really like the flood lighting, it's really nicely done. Let's have a little look at this GA area. I mean, that's all there is to say about lighting, really, isn't it? It's good. It's good. I like it. So we'll go back to real time. We'll have a look at some of the peripheral buildings. Luftfartsverket, the Swedish Civil Aviation Administration. Interesting. Interesting. Don't know much about what's going on here. Nor why the Swedish CAA has its own hangars. Nor why they disappear. This bit disappears from the inside. But again, I'm not here to judge. Arena Antarctica. I like the banked up snow. That's a really, really nice touch. Really nice touch. Just had a Norwegian arrival as well, which is cool. So there we are. I think that's all there is to say about it. It's a lovely little airport. And in the Orbx pack, you get 3 of them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste a link from my video description on YouTube. And oh, that's not the one. Sorry, that's really not the one. Probably will work, but I would have liked a shorter link. Hang on a sec. Oh, that'll do. It'll do the job. That'll take you through to the purchase page on Orbx Direct, and I don't know. It's a customized link. I don't get any commission or anything, but you may want to buy it through there, and then Orbx will think, ah, how good this man is good. He helps us sell out our airports. I don't know. There we are. At least it's not something else too. What do you mean? Why would it be rude, boss? Landing rate was -289. What was the threshold today? I've got a nasty feeling that there's going to be points going to the Wolfgang, even though that was a very, very good and safe arrival, and certainly you wouldn't have wanted to be landing on snow, much less than that, I would say. This Sweden control has been on for 7 hours now. Ah, no wonder he got a bit snippy with me then. Don't like the snow textures on buildings in MSFS. No, I know what you mean. Oh, I've missed loads of chat. I'm so sorry.
Crew boarding starting.
Where have I? Yeah, I must have just not scrolled down. Last thing I saw is about interpretive dancing. Calisthenics, yes. Oh, I've missed so much. It was nice, except that my sim broke after it. Does that temp change dramatically? Oh, is it just white carpet? Okay, we'll go with that. Yes, me calling them in. Quite a big chair for that controller. Yes, he did look very small sat on it, didn't he? Unrealistic for them to be 2 people on the job at the same time. Just remember that I got OMAA and OMDB and I haven't visited those airports. I haven't been to Abu Dhabi yet. Is it Abu Dhabi? OMAA? I think so. The new Ini Builds one, anyway. The size, chair size increase, please. Want a 777 first before going to the Middle East? Yeah, be ideal. Well, someone's just spawned in. Only big chairs for people who've been there 10 plus years. You have to stand up for the first 2 years too. Ground textures look better than default Gaia. I'd forgotten this was a default Gaia airport actually, but they do. I mean, it's Markus. They're going to be good. They're going to be good. Really don't like snow textures. Yeah, we saw that. No, I don't either. Fokker 50. Fokker 50? What, that jet was it? Okay, interesting. Landing rate, yeah, we did all that. You're going to join. We've finished Flying Marshmallow. We've just coming to the end, unfortunately, but welcome to the stream. UFAs have it, they do. More than 1 hour on position is just too much, yeah. Gambling pays off, addiction incoming confirmed. Oh yeah, is this the first time you've ever been able to bet your Filbios? Your government really should extend their ban to expats as well, I would say. Dynamically, not dramatically. What was that? Snow. Was that to do with snow? Temperature. Is that temperature change dynamically? Which temperature, boss? Oh dear, we might never get you back. That marshal has the patience of a saint just then. I know, he must be literally frozen to the spot by now, I would have thought. Right, I think that's probably the sign. Oh, the sign on the building. Oh really? I saw the clock, I didn't see the thermometer. Now I want to have a look at this. Is it okay, so that says 0 degrees. Let's have a look. Let's change the weather.
Pilots to boarding starting.
Yes, it does. Look at that. It's changed to 15. That's quite cool. And this also gives us a chance to have a look at the ground textures as well, I guess. Which are good. They're not the crispest, it must be said. They're not the crispest, but they're certainly better than anything I've seen at a World Update airport. Yeah, I'm impressed. Would recommend, especially as you get 3 airports for like £25, something like that. Can't go wrong. Now then, what was I doing? Watching myself walk away from the plane. That's not the most immersive. Oh yes, I was going to go to Stream Elements and have a look at who we need to thank for today's generosity. Standby 1, if you wouldn't mind. Activity feed. Here we go. So we had I think it's all just resubs today, I think. We did, yeah, we started with an M degree prime resub and also one from Nikki. Thank you for those. We had a Tridu and tier 1 resub and a Simon Menzies resub and a resub from Trolls and Tazzy and Simon C and Martin, all at tier 1. Thank you so much for your support. And a special thanks, as always, to Matt, who's resubscribed to Tier 3, 23 months. I really appreciate you carrying on with that, even though I'm streaming, it must be said, a lot less than I did. Thank you, boss. Is the EGLL by any builds worth it? Yes, it is. There's a review video of it on my channel. That was an earlier version, though. It's a lot better now, so yes, it is worth it. There we are. That is it for today. And I think that'll do. So we're going to be, when am I going to stream again? Probably towards the back end of the next week. Do come and join my Discord server if you wouldn't mind, and if you'd like to know when the next streams are happening, that's probably the best place to find out. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, Wojtek, for flying along, and Trolls for trying to fly along, and I look forward to seeing you either on another stream or in the Discord server in the near future. Have a good rest of your Sunday.